Hey, what is going on, crypto people? What an exciting time to be an early adopter in this new asset class that is the digital asset space. Let me remind you guys that you and I, we're playing a game that 99.99% of the masses don't even know is being played. And we are winning, fam. We are winning. Listen, the market is doing what the market does. No need to go over the numbers. My guy Gareth says Bitcoin could possibly looking as though 32 to 30,000, 33 to 30,000 by May. We shall see how that goes. Interesting call. Interesting call from Gareth. My guy Panos. I'm going to start putting this dude in the my guy category because he has been a big time value add every single day, helping to educate the community, the XRP community on the genius that is the AMM and being a liquidity provider, which, by the way, is just a pool of you and I, you and me, us and we coming together to achieve a common goal. That's all it is. It's just you and I hanging out together in a liquidity pool to achieve a common goal. That's all it is, you know, if you're interested. So look, Panos has been sharing some really, really cool stuff, but let me go over this nonsense real quick. Let me get this off my chest and, you know, this nonsense that is the Attorney General of New York bringing a lawsuit against KuCoin and alleging that ETH is a security. New York Attorney General alleges Ether is a security in KuCoin lawsuit. New York State Attorney General Letitia James filed suit against KuCoin on Thursday, alleging this Seychelles-based crypto exchange is violating securities laws by offering tokens, including Ether, that meet the definition of a security without registering with the Attorney General's office in New York. The suit is the first time a regulator has claimed in court that Ether is a security. Though the SEC chairman Gary Gensler has hinted that his agency might consider Ether to be a security, the SEC's sister regulatory agency, the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, has long maintained that both Bitcoin and ETH are commodities. James' suit argues that Ether is considered a security under the Martin Act, a 102-year-old New York anti-fraud law that gives the Attorney General powers to investigate securities fraud and bring both civil and criminal actions against the violators. According to the lawsuit, the Attorney General's office believed ETH, the Luna token, which I thought was just kind of a done deal, and Terra Luna and Terra USD, rather, USD stablecoin, all traded on this exchange as securities. Interesting stuff. Was this a way for Gensler to continue delaying the Ethereum ETFs? I don't know. Just feels like madness to me. Just feels like madness to me. Now, look, corruption is one thing. If we got some corruption going on, if with Stephen Narioff and Truth Labs, which is at Boring Sleuth on X, if what he is saying is true, that's corruption. You know, stealing, hacking another thing because your thing is in trouble, that's not a good move. You know, but Vitalik, if that's correct, if that's true, that's not great. That's not great. You got to do something about that, right? But New York Attorney General alleging that ETH is a security by way of a lawsuit against the exchange feels like someone handed her something and said, okay, this is here's the next thing that you do. That's what it feels like to me. I wouldn't put it past any United States regulator because they are unelected. They have been privately selected. So I'm talking about Chair Gensler. I would not be surprised if he'd handed her, Here's page 1, here's page 2. This is what it says, and this is how you do it. Would not be surprised me at all. But my guy Panos, the guy who's adding big time value add to the community, answers the question here, and for some reason doesn't hide behind cancel culture. Can you imagine that? Says, welcome to the Bahamas, is the guy who put this question to Panos. Another AMM question for Panos at Anados Finance. Why would these liquidity pools be favored over regular exchanges slant over-the-counter options? Will we see true AMM utility once trade volume is in and scarcity is an issue? But until then, AMM share widespread availability of XRP? Panos answers the question. Number 1 is decentralization. Being your own bank is the whole point of this tech. For the first time in history, you can store, move, exchange value in a decentralized way without a middleman. Some would believe in the XRP community that you got to have that middleman. It's unbelievable. Without restrictions, limitations, censorship, or control. You can do everything from your wallet directly without ever needing to trust your money to a centralized party, signing up to different exchanges and complicating your life. Number 2, 24/7 liquidity and lower entry barriers. I should remind you guys again that what is a liquidity pool? Liquidity pool is made up of you and I coming together. That's what a liquidity pool is. It's a pool of you and me. That you get that, right? It's a pool of us as opposed to them. And a model in a dirty fiat and a dirty, nasty fiat model that aims to keep people broke. That's all. That's all it is. So liquidity and lower entry barriers, liquidity pools are available 24/7, making it possible for users to trade at any time, even during periods of low trading activity. While centralized exchanges uses order books, and there must be limit orders available to be able to trade. Automated market makers are more user-friendly than traditional order book exchanges. Users don't need to place specific buy or sell orders. They simply swap one asset for another at the current price. Number 3, liquidity provision rewards for those who are participating. Users who provide liquidity to these pools earn a portion of the trading fees. This provides a financial incentive for liquidity providers. You know, another good way to kind of explain what in the decentralized space what liquidity pools is just go back to the dirty, nasty fiat world and think about your life insurance and think about your car insurance, right? Like insurance things are not government subsidized. It's especially in the whole life space. It's a liquidity pool of people, regular people. Liquidity provision reward. Users who provide liquidity to these pools earn a portion of the trading fees. This provides a financial incentive for liquidity providers. Number 4 says predictable fees. AMMs feature predictable fee structures, making it easier for traders to understand their costs. And by the way, the XRPL's AMM that's coming is genius in motion. It's significantly different than the AMM that you might see on Uniswap. You know that thing that got to what, 10 billion in assets under management by people who believe that they could move the price of a thing. By people who believe that they could move the price of a thing. 10 billion. But by people who believe that they can make a dent in the marketplace and that didn't have to rely on banks and institutions. Did you know that David Schwartz just said in an interview that banks are not interested in payments? David Schwartz, who built a ledger that peer-to-peer payments and went in the direction of payments for banks and institutions, just said in an interview that banks are not interested in payments. So there it is, fam. This wraps up your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. I hope that it has been of value to you. If it has, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you've been hanging out watching the Crypto Siege and you've enjoyed those hangouts, please consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell, baby, so that you know whenever we go live or whenever we upload a video. I'm going to end this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.